Alright, boys and girls, welcome back to a Texas 2A video. I was wanting to cover the Stribog SP9A1. This does not have a lot of coverage, and I'm not sure why, because it is a fantastic firearm for the price. They've been generally around 700-ish, give or take, depending on who your retailer is. But this is the SP9A1 with the reciprocating charging handle. A lot of guys complained about this. They said they did not want one because of that. They said that was the deal breaker, and I don't mind it. I will say I did get my thumb blipped on this side whenever the charging handle was mounted over here. It is a fully ambidextrous system, so you can put it wherever you want. I did, however, install my own little customized brace here due to the fact that it is a pistol. It does not come with this. Palmetto State Armory did sell this package with a fixed system. I opted to utilize that same backing plate, do some modifications to this little guy here and make it work. Turned out great. This wraparound handle, this did sit forward, I'd call it a 3/4 of an inch further than what you see now. I was not happy with that, so I went ahead and utilized some of my machinery, got this thing cut down so I could set it back. I'm very happy with that. It does have a flip-up iron sight that is not iron, it's composite. It's one of the few drawbacks to this thing. It is designed that when they are down, you do have a traditional pistol style ability to use this, and then you've got your, your ghost ring type system if you want to utilize that. I'm running a hollow cell on this, red dot. It works phenomenal. I'm going to go to the range today and let it eat all kinds of good junk that I've got. I've got steel, brass, aluminum case, you name it. I have some footage uploaded of that. I'm just going to put it through its paces. They did just re-release this as the non-reciprocating charging handle, and these guys here have been a massive problem for people to get till recently. Global Ordnance just took over importation. It was, what was it? I think this one right here was actually imported by them. Grand Power Stribog. Let's see. Imported by RSA Enterprises. I don't remember who that was. Anyway, Eagle Imports is, I believe, who it was. So yeah, Eagle Imports no longer importing these. Now it is Global Ordnance. Mags are back in stock. It was not something I saw coming. I got mine. I picked up 330 round sticks. This did include 220 rounders. That's below standard capacity here in America. So they did change it up. They are now importing with 3 30-round magazines, no longer with the 20s. So you're getting a lot more value there. There was some people complaining about the feed lips breaking on these. So far, I can only say that this one right here is one of my 3. It does have a small crack. If the camera will adjust, you can see a crack right there. So take the good with the bad. I'll call it like it is. I can't remember the guy's name that runs the company, but he is working on improving these vastly to get a reinforced steel lip. Kind of a growing pain, sort of like the Scorpion Evo, and however many other Scorpion variants there are that they did have the same issue, cracking feed lips, whatever. 1 out of my 3, I do leave them loaded to capacity. I'd say that doesn't help on my end. But it is fully ambidextrous, as I said. You can move this charging handle to this side. So if you are a right-handed shooter, you don't have to worry about this in case you do tend to come up. My problem was coming up to here, coming up for quick shots just for sighting it in. I would grab it up here and it blipped me a couple times, and I learned pretty quick, don't do that. Moved it to the right side, all's well as in well. Last round bolt hole open always works. This is pistol tube with a double star brace. A lot of people want to know what this is. Double Star made these about a year ago or so. They're similar to a Mod 1 tail hook. They're made out of aluminum, CNC aluminum, great fit. There's a strap comes with it. Mine, it was not on it when I got it, and I don't know where it's at. Left it in a box somewhere. I need to get that put back on just because I think it looks better. But it does perform well. This is notched both sides for right and left hand supported single hand shooting, unlike my Model 1 tow hooks that open one direction, so you have to kind of install it. If you're right handed, you're going to want it on the right, opening to the right. vice versa for left side. So otherwise, this is basically a miniature scar inside from what a lot of people say. It's very well designed. It does not have a lot of muzzle rise. Few issue that I found is while shooting it, the thread muzzle device here is just a thread protector. It's not much of anything else. It will work its way loose. If you've got anything like I do, you know, you got to check it once every so often. You can put some kind of sealer on it, but I've always thought, well, maybe I'll put something else on here to help prevent some of the muzzle rise when I'm shooting. Although it's already tame, it can always be better. So when it comes down to some of your options for customization, that is one area that I say the Scorpion has covered, for this being the Scorpion's price range. Is there's a ton of aftermarket for the Scorpion, but a ton of guys that are upfront and honest, they say that the trigger needs to be upgraded. You've got odds and ends that they're not happy with from the factory. This, I can say that I have shoulder fired it and been able to get it to rapid fire with, you know, the bump fire type situation, and I've never had out of battery detonation where my AR9s have, and I've seen pictures of several Scorpions blown to pieces that did have an out of battery detonation. So that's just a main deterring factor for me to never want anything that is composite on the upper half. This is all CNC machine precision. It's beautiful. It's very well put together. Did recently lose a military contract. I think it was the Bren, possibly. It looked damn near identical. The weapon that did beat it was a little shorter, so maybe it was a compact reason. They want something a little bit closer. This is, I believe, an 8.5 inch barrel, which is optimal for 9mm. If you know anything about the history of them and where they peak out at performance, anything longer than that, you generally just slowing the bullet down. But I will get to some shooting videos and update on what this thing is shooting. It should shoot everything I throw at it today. I've taken it out a few times and just really been running ball ammo, so I want to see if it eats all the hollow point and everything else I'm going to throw at it. I've got some 147 grain subs. I've got 115 grain junk. I've got the 124 grain Ammo Valley that's got the flat tip that has given me problems in some other 9mm sub type systems. And yeah, so with this update here, you should know you should be able to confidently buy these and know that you will no longer get the reciprocating charging handle. So if that was a deal breaker for you, it's a thing of the past now. We did ask Global Ordnance about getting just a reciprocating charging handle bolt system so we could upgrade the original A1s to the non-reciprocating. Evidently being made in Slovakia, the bolt is also serialized, and that's something they don't think that they can get to us by itself. There was a company, I wish I would have wrote it down so I could tell you, they did make a conversion. Some people I heard were having issues with it, so it's got me not wanting to try it, as well as Global Ordnance is honoring any and all warranty issues with these from Eagle Imports when they were importing them. So if you have the original like I have, you're still covered. So the aftermarket non-reciprocating system, they're not making it right now, out of stock type situation. So if in the event they do bring it back, I'm still kind of leery because I'd hate to install the system in here and something go wrong and not be able to warranty my little system here. But as you can see, ambidextrous mag release. This is your bolt hold. It drops back. It pops up either side. That right there was a little stiff whenever I first got it. After running some rounds through it, it works flawless with one finger. As before, I had to kind of thumb up on the left side while I also use the right side to put pressure down, and that's a thing of the past already. But yeah, these need definitely need more coverage. They are just stellar for the price. I believe Global Ordnance said that they were locking in $6.99 for MSRP and pushing not to go over. I want to say there were up to $7.29 for the original A1 like this with the non-reciprocating, with the reciprocating setup. So you're getting a heck of a lot better deal for people unlike those like me that got the original. I don't care. I'm happy with it. If I can upgrade the bolt at some point to non-reciprocating, I will. But what solved it for me was moving it to this side because I'm not getting in there with it anymore. But it's an outstanding, phenomenal piece. The only thing I would say that the Scorpion would have on this would be two things. It would be the aftermarket. I don't really feel I need much aftermarket with this at all. I see the aftermarket growing exponentially now because a lot of people that said I don't want that because that charging handle moves. Well, your dreams are coming true. That problem's being solved. So get out there and check them out, pick them up. They just started coming back recently. So nice little compact design with a folder. I will upgrade this. I would like to eliminate my AR style buffer tube because it's not very pretty compared to some of the other options. And for you SBR guys, I believe there are some backing plates that will adapt, and so you can do your tax stamp, do what you do. I've seen I want to say it was Brand or Evo folders adapted to these, depending on which backing plate you have that adapts it. And I know some Harbor Designs, they came out with a really nice collapsible setup. I think they believe to be released last month or this month. This is early May. I have not checked back with them, but I did email them and ask. They had a double rail sliding compact design, and it did have a tail hook Mod 1 on it, which I could use the double star as well. It's going to take the same buffer style system on the back end, to which this and the Mod 1 tail hook, I have had to machine down certain buffer tubes because instead of going out of my way to find one, I'll tape off where I need to stop, get out there, use some of my tools out there in the shop and machine that thing down till it'll slide right to where I need it. Saves me time, saves me money. I don't have to wait. I'm very impatient. So I'll roll in some footage possibly during this video. Definitely will be able to do so after. I hope my video quality should be stellar compared to before. Looking forward to get rid of the grainy footage I had. Audio is probably going to be maybe better than it was. If not, whatever. I do have some improved hardware on the way for that, because right now this is built-in mic on the camera, and that's not going to work as far as I can tell. So baby steps, one thing at a time. Give me any of your positive and negative feedback, whatever you see that you think I can improve or what you like. Yeah, so I'm just going to end up going from here. I do have to swap out some parts on a KS47 and see if I can get that thing to eject proper. I'll go over that in another video. But like I said, there it is. I don't know if this is something people would want me to take still photos of to integrate into some of the footage. I know the camera is supposed to be able to zoom in very well and make adjustments. So, you know, hoping my investment's going pretty far. It's a very pretty gun. I do need to get me a scale. I don't have a scale that reads under probably 15 pounds. So I would like to be able to drop in information on you guys on configured and post-configured, as you see here, just so you can understand what kind of weight it is without brace, without optic, and then from there, some of you people that do like to get real particular on the weight of optics and accessories, you'll be able to understand, okay, I can keep this light, or this system might be too heavy for me right off the bat. For me, I'm a fairly big guy, so I mean, this is nothing. Very happy with it. So the early version of this did, however, have pictures of the shelf lock. I call it shelf lock because it's funny, but the key mod rail was originally an option. They came standard with the M-lock, which is my preference by a long shot. Just looks nicer without anything on it. Very clean design, and yeah, like I said, I hope I got all my complaints out of there. These little guys here being composite. Some of you guys out there that want to make some money doing things and improving them, drop these, a set of these flip-ups made out of aluminum, titanium, whatever you have it. That would be my only real complaint about this system here, besides the fact that, yes, I do have magazines that have gone, you know, 1 out of 3 has gotten cracked from being fully loaded and just sitting around. It's a shame, but they are seriously pushing to get that fixed and get the new mag design out to us. Hopefully it's quick. I know that these are under warranty, so even Global Ordnance said they would warranty all of those issues, I believe, for 1 year on those magazines. So, alright, hopefully enjoy the video. I'll roll in some of the firing footage today, as well as if my camera magic, if I can make it happen on this new software, I will roll that in while talking. Don't know, I've got brand new software to learn, brand new camera to learn. I'm just trying to improve my video product for you guys that are eager to learn, want more coverage of stuff like this that I don't feel has enough coverage. So, alright, tune in next time. Alright. Ceasefire is over. One more. I got a little bit of steel. Dump that off in here. See what it does. And the thing is with this steel is it has a nice, crazy looking flat nose that probably not very friendly to a lot of firearms, but let's see if the Stribog eats it. Because a firearm that'll eat anything is a firearm worth having. It's going to be getting a little noisier. I got some neighbors now. I did find out that they are shooting steel that was never here on the range before. And we'll talk to the owner, see if I can get here early before other people get here and possibly utilize it for what it'd be the funnest to do, and it'd be some high speed type shooting. I'll really stretch legs on things. Alright. So hold open. That wasn't a whole lot of steel. Kind of higher end stuff, actually. But it was 145 grains, so that's some heavy stuff. And honestly, probably wouldn't be a bad idea to have some of that around just for some cheap subs. I do my own hand rolls as well, but this is going to be some hand loads, some 124 grain hand loads, some 124 grain hollow points. That is a 147 grain subsonic that I made. So this is a big old pile of mix of just random 9mm hollow points that I've collected over time. It's one of those Ammo Valley hollow points that's, you know, it's target ammo. It's not a hollow point for self-defense or anything. And I've had problems with that fitting in my AR9s. That guy right there, it's another random mystery one. I can't even remember what it is. I'm not sure if I was able to focus in time. This camera's supposed to be really good at focusing. Yeah, see, didn't load that guy. Yeah. Oops. Paying attention to detail. A little bit of this, a little bit of that. So I like to really see if a system will want to eat all kinds of various things. There's a Winchester silver tip. I've never had those fail to feed in anything that I can think of. It's dang good ammunition as far as reliability goes. There's another 147 grain hand roll, two of them back to back. Those are set up a little bit longer case overall length. Alright, we literally have a full mag of random hollow points. Let's see what happens. Let's see what we have here. Well, look at that. What I said, never ever has had a failure to feed for me. Just had a failure to feed. Come on, Stribog. Oh, it's interesting how I tend to find some things that aren't as reliable as people claim. But sadly, back in is this one here. Alright, now that is factory ammo. Alright, I'm going to have to go with the guys in the Stribog group and see what they say. That's 2 factory-loaded variations of hollow points that aren't one to eat. That's no fun. What's the point?
They're not the nicest, but it'll help.
Yeah, these just don't want to stay in.
Again.
Nicest, but they're so
That's okay.
Thank you. No problem.
Right. Same. This is the last hollow point. I swore this thing was eating those before, but at this point, does not seem. Everything looks good on the feed ramp. There's no sharp edges, nothing going on inside of there. So, very, very disappointing. This round's holding open again. Both of those that did not feed, I've had major success with those in the AR9s, oddly. That was Remington Hollow Point 100 grain. That has been a stellar round for me in other systems I own. So that is quite the surprise. So let's go through some ball ammo. I do have some cheap, old dirty, funky, whatever Academy brand that is. I don't even know the name of it. I brought it out last time just to have some junk to throw. Yeah, it was I actually did have one fill to feed and a polymer 80 Glock that I put together. Out of 700 rounds, one of these guys did fail to feed with a 33 round Glock magazine. So I couldn't blame Magpul or anybody that poor magazine option. It was true factory stuff, and it was the only failure that pistol's ever had. So let's see what this thing does with a mix of, I guess, majority of it is the aluminum ball. It was one of those hollow points from Ammo Valley that did go in there, and this, I can't even remember what brand that was for the ball ammo. This stuff here, some random bulk ball ammo. It was, I don't want to lie to you, but I want to say it was Winchester. Yeah, it's some Winchester ball, not white box. I do try to avoid white box because I've seen plenty of failures with it, and it's not my cup of tea. So if I can avoid it, I do, because I've had out-of-battery detonations blow those cases smooth apart like any probably would. Let's see here. Alright, got our 5th round off the feed.
You ever see where that other shot went?
I've shot 4 bullets, right?
Those are a little high.
I shot 5. But I never took 5 before.
Let's see what failed to feed here, shall we? Right there, hung open. Alright. That is one of my XTPs I loaded. If you're familiar with loading, you know, if you don't have a good crimp on some of these, they can cause issues. Some guys will say that they don't really put a crimp on their 9mm stuff. Some do. I try to make sure I crimp everything. That was one of my early loads that's really old, and I'm just now recently trying to just burn through them because I noticed I had problems with those feeding, and it is what it is. But this guy needs to come down just a little. Let's see. Alright, let's try that. solid 5. Right here, another. I can take credit away from a system that's failing to feed junk that I made. On one of my XTPs that's really old. So, I can pretend that guy didn't happen. But I would eat that old junk that I put together when I first started learning. I'd give it credit. Looking pretty good right there. Leave that red dot alone and just keep feeding this thing.
All of them in there?
Round open. Alright. So, they ate the junky aluminum. That's more of that aluminum and some and that one chest of good stuff. Say good stuff with the ball ammo term being used loosely. This is one of my magazines that does not have the crack in the feed lips, so any malfunction I had earlier with those two particular factory rolls, those 2 hollow points, that is disappointing. Because I cannot find any excuse for that. I would like to have this thing run reliably on anything I feed it. I always talk really good about it. But when I first got it, the only thing I'd really been throwing through it was ball ammo. There's another one of those hand rolls. Mine made its way in there. So, fails to feed that one, we'll know. I'm happy though. I'm almost out of those. I was sitting on probably 500 of those things forever. Just now getting around to where I'm like, you know what? They haven't been very good, so burn through it, heat them up, get rid of them. Decide to get into hand loading, you'll learn very quickly that certain things like to be loaded certain ways in case of wall links and whatnot. Like another one of my goober hand loads there. Another XTP, which you can see that thing's clearly hitting right there on the nose of that. So I might want to take some of those and load them up and try it again, knowing that I've got a proper crimp, just to see if an XTP is a problem for the system. Round open. Alright, so we know that she's eating ball ammo all day, not a single hiccup. So clearly, for anyone that's wanting to utilize one of these for any type of still match using round nose ammunition, you're going to be solid. So I'll take this home, clean it up, and don't know if I'll expand on it anymore or not. I think it's more than enough footage. If anyone would like to know, or have me push further to see if, to repeat of that XTP ammo, I can load up some more of that, try it again, and see what happens. But so far she's working pretty stellar with plinking ammo. But some of you I know would like to have this more of a possible home defense weapon maybe. on what your situation and your needs are, because it's fantastic. But I will say, if the Scorpion will eat this same ammunition without a problem, I have an advantage over it. It is what it is. Like I said, I've held this thing praised because I do not like the upper receiver, but it's pretty interesting to sit here and get some of these failures with ammunition that feeds in all my handguns. My AR-9s have been eating that stuff traditionally, except for these guys right here. And I've had some failures with that, and I always thought it was relative to the shape of the bullet with that flat tip. And it's relatively soft with that hole in there, so I always thought that could be the problem. Maybe, maybe not. So, alright. I'll holler at you ladies and gentlemen next time. 628 video.